Yo, what's happening, people? It's your boy Griggs, and welcome back to GrigsTalks, where we talk all things sports. And welcome back to another video. I know it's been a minute since we streamed. Obviously, Euros have been happening, Copa America, life, all that kind of stuff. But international football is coming to a conclusion on Sunday. Euros are wrapping up, Copa America is wrapping up, and United are back on Monday. So, we have to take off our international hat, the face, everything. We're back to United football. So, we got to talk about United because it's been a busy week at Manchester United. Obviously, if you see me on other channels, I've been talking about them just on Saeed's debate show. Make sure you guys go subscribe to Saeed. So yeah, we have a lot of stuff to talk about. We got, as the title says, Sancho staying, Zirkzee's done, Yoro Hopium, Ugarte hate. I didn't mention him in the title, but Ugarte became a popular mention. So yeah, let's get to it. Obviously, Staffy TV. We got a boy Staffy. Make sure you subscribe to him. He's closing off a 5K. That's the boy. Ugarte. Yeah, I'm guessing Saeed sent the raid. Big up Saeed. Ugarte hype, bro. I'm telling you guys, bro. It's a Uruguayan shin kicker. It's not that serious with Ugarte, but might as well start with Sancho. The news today. Obviously, Sancho was at Carrington. He trained with the first team. It looks like him and Ten Hag's beef has kind of been situated. Ineos made the boss calls. They told both of them to give it up. So it looks like he's staying. It looks like the market for him has kind of died down. So, yeah, we're getting into that. Before we do all that, though, make sure you like, share, subscribe before I forget to say all that because I probably will forget. Terrible hosting duty sometimes. So make sure you guys do that. So, yeah, Sancho, obviously he's staying. The market died. I was hearing rumors of Juventus with him, but it looks like that's not actually going to happen. So it is what it is. But he's staying. Obviously, I've been classified as a Sancho hater. I've known that for about a year now. I was more on Ten Hag's side when the whole issue happened with Sancho, the comments, keeping up the tweet, all that kind of stuff. And I did back to now. I'm not going to lie. The way the Sancho handled the situation did piss me off to a certain extent. So it is what it is. But at the end of the day, it looks like it's water under the bridge for them now. And I don't think United are really going to go sign another winger. The only winger that we've been linked with this summer that's really moved me after the Elise talks died down was Desiree Doué. But Bayern are already putting in 40 mil bids for Desiree Doué. So once that happens, you kind of know that it's not happening. So not really any of the wingers. Nico Williams, the wages kind of been an issue. So United probably aren't going to go after him. So it looks like, honestly, in terms of what wingers United can go get on the market, Sancho's probably better. He's kind of already familiar with the system. He's positionally versatile to a certain extent. He could play the 10. He played a false 9 in preseason. He impressed me when I went to go watch him against Arsenal. Left wing, right wing, all that kind of stuff. So we'll see. Will hype, Griggs, we'll give it up, bro. You think Chouameni's better than Roger? I don't want to hear anything. MJ says, keep Ugarte away from my football club. I absolutely agree. TJ, shout out TJ, worst FIFA player I ever know, but still a good guy. Griggs knows balls. Ugarte baller. That just proved that you don't know ball. That's unfortunate, TJ. Hate to see that. But, yeah, man, Sancho. What I think he could provide, personally, I think the fact that he can play both wings is a plus for him. One of the positives to keeping him. I personally don't see a long-term future with Jadon Sancho at Manchester United. It's for me, I don't think he suits the way that United will eventually want to go. And I think there's much better wingers that eventually the scouting team, Ineos, will kind of identify that they want to go forward with. But for right now, it's a best case scenario that you keep Sancho and you hope kind of, I've always compared it to the Harry Maguire situation, right? We all remember Harry Maguire after Ten Hag's first season. It looks like he was dead in water. Wasn't going to get any playing time. Injuries happened. Last season, he stayed. The move to West Ham fell through. And he played a lot of minutes. He got back into the rotation. And he won his spot back for a long period of time, and his price is probably up now. We kind of should be wishing the same thing to happen with Jadon Sancho. And if that does happen with Jadon Sancho, we could probably maybe get 45, 50 mil for him next year. The wages will always be an issue, but we just gotta hope that happens. So I'm happy to say that he's still here. It's no problem for me. Just wishing him the best, and hopefully no issues arise from the past. So we'll see what happens. I don't see him as a starter personally. I think Rashford's ahead of him in the pecking order. I think Garnacho's ahead of him in the pecking order. I think Amad Diallo's ahead of him in the pecking order. I hope that Sancho's ahead of Anthony in the pecking order. And obviously Zirkzee holding up top. Maybe Sancho and Amad can kind of, rotate who's maybe Bruno's backup, that kind of stuff. So we'll see what happens. Love United, hate the op says, Sancho either has a 25 GA season or he has his shittest season ever, no in between. Honestly, I think it'll be kind of in between. I'm not going to lie. I don't think he'll play enough to even get 25 GA. I don't think he'll also be shit. I think the team will be a lot better next year. I think the team will also reflect the progress in United's maybe possession play. I think Sancho will kind of thrive off that. I think the team will play more into Sancho's best possible football. Hopefully, at least, that happens. Ugarte, Staffy, even you don't mean that. Give it up, bro. Like and sub, everyone, make sure you guys like and sub. Tactical statistician said, who'd you prefer over Ugarte? Obviously, my top 2 choices are gone. Matt Twyford went to Brighton. Yusuf Fofana is going to Milan, so we lost that. Right? It is what it is. Alan Barella, obviously, Adam Morton's my dream. I've also said, I said this an hour ago on Saeed's, I'd rather personally keep Amrabat for a year or 2 and wait for one of the academy kids to pop up, whether it's Jason Fitzgerald, whether it's Toby Collier, who got the contract extension now, right? That kind of stuff. I prefer one of them personally. Otherwise, yeah, man, I don't rate Ugarte. I don't see what the hype about him is about. Obviously, he's good at in terms of what the slide tackles, the duels, all that kind of stuff. But on the ball, I think he'll be a calamity in the Premier League. I think he looked good in the Portuguese league. Don't get it twisted, all that kind of stuff. But it's not the Portuguese league. It's not even Ligue 1. It's the Premier League, bro. The play will be much, much more intense. And I think teams will identify that Kobbie Mainoo is the only proper progressor in that midfield. And they're gonna use Ugarte as a pressing trigger. So for me, not really it. Like Shashim at Nick Semeraro, did he confirm Zirkzee or something? That's the guy that's been kind of leaking the Zirkzee news, right? From what I remember. Let me check on my phone. Nick Semeraro. How the hell do you spell his name, man? Semeraro. God, there we go. Juventus wants Sancho. Sancho wants Juventus. The situation has not changed as revealed exclusively non-stop contacts, but it takes time. Okay. I mean, that could also happen, obviously. What's it called? Juventus could start coming for Sancho, but the most important thing is that Sancho has a preseason and that he can stay in shape and all that kind of stuff. And maybe in preseason, if he has a good preseason, United, Juventus can go in for him and stuff like that. So it's the best for everyone. But yeah, Ruud can get the best out of Sancho. Maybe he could. Obviously, we saw what he did with Xavi Simons. Do you rate Joy Veerman? He had a terrible Euros, from what I remember. I remember he got hooked like 30 minutes against Austria. He looks like a decent player. Well, a couple of my boys that I rate highly in terms of football knowledge rate him, but the Dutch midfielders are always very skeptic about. I always thought Whitefield was also a better player. It's actually official. Also, remember Sancho's not played with Højlund yet, and now he has 2 strikers he can play with. That's also very true. Fabrizio 2. Okay, so Zirkzee's official. United announced that very late. Did they actually announce it, though? St. Patrice Evra. No, they're not yet. Okay. Preseason don't mean nothing. You saw the last 2 preseason nonsense from the ETH. Thank God for the Ineos horsemen are official in Wilcox, Barada, Ashworth. No, he's not official. Yeah, I figured. United wouldn't announce the player at 11 p.m. UK time. But yeah, that's it for Sancho. That's enough of that Greg's hype. Every day, bro. Every day. Give it up, bro. Give it up. No, but officially United. Nice. I was about to say something. Yeah, but that's with Sancho. Hopefully, whatever happens. It is what it is. Zirkzee. I haven't really talked about Zirkzee on my channel. I've talked about him on multiple other channels. I like the player. I like the signing. It's a signing that United haven't made in a very long time in terms of getting a striker that young at that kind of price. Obviously, with Højlund is young, but we overpaid. At the end of the day, let's call a spade a spade. We overpaid. So we went and got Zirkzee. I think for me, he suits more Ten Hag style of football. The target man 9. We saw what he did with Whitehorse. We saw what he did with Sebastian Aller, Ajax, Kasper Dolberg, those kind of guys. He really rates them more than your 9s that kind of move around, play off the last shoulder or the center back, that kind of stuff. So yeah, I think Zirkzee will succeed at United. I think he's the kind of player that will improve other players. And that for me is what I would judge Zirkzee on. I think for me, if United fans expect Zirkzee to pull up 15 goals, 10 assists, it's not happening. It's really not. The thing about Zirkzee is that he will improve Marcus Rashford. And I'm not going to say he's going to unlock Marcus Rashford because sometimes people do that as a disservice to Marcus Rashford, that he needs to be unlocked. But his ability to kind of link play, all that kind of stuff will be optimal to improve, to get the best out of Marcus Rashford. Because Marcus Rashford, for me, he had some good moments with Højlund, but you could tell he wasn't the Marcus Rashford at his best because he had to play a lot more wide. He had to keep the width more because Højlund was kind of more in the box. With Zirkzee's not going to be in the box a lot. His box presence is not always there. When he does get in there, from what I've read from threads and stuff like that, he actually has good shot selection. It's high XG shots, so he picks his moments much more wise than a Højlund, because even though Højlund is a bigger presence in the box, he's scared to shoot half the time. With Zirkzee, that will not be the issue. So that's good to hear with Zirkzee. But his best work will come outside the box, which will be of a benefit to a Rashford, to a Martial, to even a Højlund if he plays behind him, to a Bruno Fernandes, to even an Amad Diallo, kind of link play 1-2s, long shot, maybe pass it to Diallo to put it in the cross. Who knows? I think United will benefit from that with Joshua Zirkzee, and I'm excited for him. I think in terms of direct improvement, let's say United don't get Leny Yoro, for example, I think for me, he will be one of the biggest signs when it comes to direct improvement. I think he will really help with that. Ghoul says, where we have no goal scoring threat from the right wing, we miss a player like number 11. I kind of hear that, but I think people are underestimating Amad Diallo's goal threat. We saw him for Sunderland when he was the number one option. He put up a lot of goals. He loves to cut in and shoot. He has the ball striking to rip a shot and then go top bins. He has the finesse shot, kind of like curler trait and that kind of stuff. So I think for me, Amad Diallo can chip in with like 10 goals. I think we've seen that. Let's be real. In like 6 starts for United, he has like 4 GA. It's really good. And don't forget, half of that came when he was only like 19 and had just came to the Premier League. So for me, I think Amad, personally for me, is the biggest goal threat United have from the right wing. I think he's a bigger goal threat than even a Garnacho, because I think Ahmad's more comfortable on the right. So, yeah, man. Play Højlund right wing, 2 inside forwards, either side of Zirkzee. I know you're trying to do like the Liverpool route where it was like Mane, Firmino, Salah. I don't think Højlund's like a Salah at all. I don't think his game is evolved enough as a footballer to be able to play on the wing a little bit. Mainoo and Bruno, but yeah, Mainoo will have someone to link play within the midfield as well. 1-2s, carry the ball, that kind of stuff. That's what I love about Zirkzee. The best signings are the ones that improve the whole team, and Zirkzee will improve the whole team because he's not only going to improve one player, he can improve 3 to 4 players, and that's massive for Manchester United. Manchester United have not made a signing like that in a very long time. You could possibly say since Bruno Fernandes, that's the last time that United probably signed a player that helped multiple people, because signing Bruno helped Pogba have more freedom, helped Rashford have another player that can play the pass over the top with him, helped Martial be able to drop deep and have someone that can make the run past him. Those kind of signings are floor raisers. Will Zirkzee be a ceiling raiser where we win the league with him? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. We'll see what happens when it comes to that. But the floor of Manchester United with Joshua Zirkzee automatically gets raised. And that's what the signings United need as of this current moment. They need floor raisers because the floor last year was all the way on the bottom. Zirkzee lifts it up. And the Leny Yoro, if we were to sign, we'll talk about him soon. So I think for me, it'll be fantastic with Zirkzee. I'm really happy for him. We won't see him probably for another 2 weeks. He should probably be ready for the U.S. tour. And we'll see what happens. He didn't play much for the Netherlands, so he's kind of be a little bit more of a fresh than let's say like a Memphis Depay, for example, like that. So yeah. People that I like Ugarte, don't know ball, and that is okay. Rashford can't carry the ball and dribble past defenders, which is worse than expecting midfielder like Ugarte to do so when he should be focusing on ball recovery and defense. First of all, let's not compare Marcus Rashford to Manuel Ugarte. One's a much better player than the other. So yeah. I need Chukwuemeka alongside Mainoo. I would love Cornell United, but Chelsea want 40 mil. I feel like we need a prime Matic in our midfield, someone who can defend well. But yeah, you know what? That's a great comment. That's probably the best comment I've read all day on all 3 channels I've been on today. Prime Matic would be absolutely fantastic, and that's what United needs to go find. And that is why we have a scouting team. No, it's not my job. Obviously, I can suggest things, but it's not my job to find these kind of players. It's the United scout. If it was my job, I'd be United chief scout, but I'm not. Unfortunately, United need to go find someone like that. I think for me, Ugarte is an 8. He's more of an 8 than he's a 6. I would love a 6 like a Matic. I think that for me would be the best profile in the modern day football. I don't know who the closest thing to Matic is. I'm not gonna lie, but someone that's as close to that, bro. We need someone that can put out a fire before the fire even starts. That's the best possible DMs. You think Michael Carrick was athletic and was chasing shadows the whole game? No, he stopped the action before the action even started. That's what the best 6s do, or defensive-minded midfielders. Ugarte doesn't do that. He chases. That's what he does. And for me, I think he's not good enough even on the ball to replicate off-the-ball prowess that he sometimes has. So for me, that's why I don't want him. I don't think he's good enough for Manchester United. I think Manchester United can find better players than that. So that's just me, man. But yeah, I think that's what about Zirkzee. I think he's a fantastic signing. Anton Stash, similar. I think he plays for a German team, right? If I remember correctly, it's like Stuttgart or something like that. Guard is a moving yellow card in the EPL. Yeah, I think he'd get sent off a lot of times. I think bro. The thing with Ugarte is, I think people expect him to be like this Palhinha guy. Palhinha is much more defensively refined than Ugarte. For me, he's more of a lone six. He's probably one of the last few, lone sixes that exist in football. So yeah, I don't see it like that. Oh yeah, Hoffenheim. Yeah, German league. I've heard a little bit about him. Ugarte is like Casemiro. Yeah. I just don't. I don't see with Ugarte, man. I don't see with Ugarte. But Leny Yoro. If United get Leny Yoro, for me, that's the statement signing of the summer. For me, that's probably the biggest statement signing in the summer in all world football, other than obviously Kylian Mbappe going to Real Madrid, right? That's the statement signing of the century, potentially. Free transfer. But if United are able to get Leny Yoro from the grasps of Real Madrid, for me, that shows you that Ineos are serious, that they're really legit, and that they are United's best shot of going back to the top of the mountain in English football for the first time in over 15 years. Because to get the best center back prospect on the market while he's getting chased by the biggest club in the world, bro, that just means that the pull is still there. That we're Manchester United, that knock, they're bringing it back. The feeling is getting restored. So Euro will be our Saliba if we get. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like you look at Arsenal. They lucked with Saliba, right? The other teams were sleeping. They're not sleeping on Ugarte, right? They are. I hope they're sleeping on Ugarte. They're not sleeping on. They weren't sleeping on Euro. The big clubs don't know about Euro. They didn't know about Saliba. United have a chance, even if it's for 5-6 years, right? I don't think he'll be here for a decade. I think eventually the allure of Real Madrid will probably get him. But if we can get Leny Yoro for 5 years, bro, we could win a Prem in the next 5 years for Leny Yoro. That is a statement center back. That is a colossal. That is a Rolls Royce center back. That is the best center back. That is the best center back talent United will have had since Rio Ferdinand signed for them after Leeds United. Oh, if he could give me 5-6 good years, I'll be so happy. What I don't agree with United fans is this notion that put a release clause to Real Madrid 2-3 years. If United sign Leny Yoro, better not be for 2-3 years. I'm gonna be real. Unless Madrid offer like 150 mil for him, then yeah, you saw him. That's a lot of money for a center back. But other than that, 80, 90 mil. No. We're Manchester United. We are the biggest club in English football. Real Madrid, people keep thinking that Real Madrid can pull up to United and steal every player. First of all, that's not true. Like, they couldn't grab Kobe Mainoo off of us. Second of all, like this release clause business. Bro, Real Madrid have only stolen one player off Manchester United, and that was Ronaldo. And Ronaldo always had a dream of playing at Real Madrid. That was been his dream since he was a kid. He's Portuguese. Everyone from the Iberian Peninsula, they love Real Madrid or Barcelona. That's everyone's dream. But when they went and got David Beckham, it was only because David Beckham, Fergie pretty much kicked him to the curb. And then Beckham was like, I want to go to Real Madrid. I don't want to go to Barcelona. Wood Van Nistelrooy got kicked out of the football club by Fergie to prioritize the development of Ronaldo and Rooney. It's that kind of stuff, bro. We are still Manchester United. If the moment we become a stepping stone developmental club to develop players for Real Madrid to then have like 70 mil, then we're basically Borussia Dortmund. I never want to be Borussia Dortmund. I want to be Manchester United again, of old. I'm not saying we're going to be as dominant as that version, but we still got to be as close to that version as we could be when comparing it by modern day standards. So, yeah, man. United needs to do better than that. But I think for me, Leny Yoro would be a sensational signing. For me, that'd be the best signing United have made in this. Obviously, again, like a Paul Pogba level talent, bro. It's that kind of like Paul Pogba was a talent that everyone in football wanted, and he chose United. Obviously, it's different to him than Leny Yoro because he had ties with Man United, but it's that kind of talent, bro. So, yeah. Why do we act like we are a small club? Yes, Real Madrid are bigger. Yeah, bro. We never used to bat at Man United. Bro, when Ronaldo went to Real Madrid after United, people saw it as a downgrade. So that's what for me, bro. Obviously, United now obviously it'd be the opposite, right? It'd be a downgrade if you go to United from as instead of the Madrid. But bro, yeah, they have more Champions League than us, but it's not like we're some little man club, bro. We are Manchester United. We're the biggest club in English football. We have the most league titles. We have 3 Champions Leagues. There is a history. There is a record, a track record of what we've done. We have one of the biggest global fan bases in the world. Yes, Madrid are higher than us on the mountaintop, but when it comes to transfers and stuff like that, we should look them in the eye. We should never bow down to them like, yo, your honor, this is all yours. Stare them in the eye. Show no fear. And that's what United are doing with Leny Yoro. They know Madrid want him. But they're saying, if we have a shot, we're going to take our shot. We might miss, and that's fine. If United miss with Leny Yoro, they tried their best. They put the bid in. At the end of the day, he ended up going Madrid. But they still fought for it. The United of old, with Murtaugh, Woodward, and them guys, they would have heard Real Madrid went in for Leny Yoro. They would be like, yeah, adios, man. I'm out of here. It's clip. We ain't got a horse in this race. It's impossible. The Indians are saying, we'll slap the bid. We'll obviously accepted it. We'll see what happens now. We'll try to convince Leny Yoro to agree on personal terms. If it doesn't happen and he still wants Madrid, we fought a losing battle. It is what it is. Let's go get our other targets, a.k.a. Branthwaite Delict. That's what top clubs do. You think we're the only club to ever go into a transfer war with Real Madrid? There's been plenty. Liverpool have done it multiple times. With Tchouaméni. They lost. It is what it is. Sometimes you have to firm that. But they moved on. And that's what United needs to do. I would love your Branthwaite in the league. I know what happened. Yo, forget all three. Talk about a center back room of monsters. Monsters. You have your Branthwaite. You have the young modern day center backs. You have the like kind of the old school center back, the box defender. Then you have Leach, one of the best ball playing center backs in the world. That is sensational center back room. Sensational. That is optimal squad building. That is addressing the spine of the football club right there. Ugarte, brother Earl. That's what I think about that. Ugarte, hi man. But yeah, Leny Yoro, man. Obviously, there's been a few rumors with Madrid looking at alternatives. Maybe United have more of a chance. A couple of people saying that he hasn't really decided between the two, so United still have a shot. Wise movie coach said once said, if it's a lie, we believe on that lie. And we believe in on these lies. If there's a chance we can get Yoro, we believe in these lies, man. Why not? I'm ready to get my heart broken once again. What happened with Camavinga, and I think this will probably hurt worse because with Camavinga, I quit really quickly because I didn't think United were ever going to actually sign him. Because once I heard that he wanted Real Madrid, I knew United weren't going to be able to convince him. But I think with this club, with the Euro, it feels a little bit different. It feels just a little bit different, I personally think. I'm still angry we didn't get Diogo Costa last year. Yeah, I hear that. Obviously, Onana, we got Onana. Diogo Costa, for me, is a better goalkeeper. Obviously, younger as well. Probably the best young goalkeeper in the world when it comes to age for a goalkeeper. But at the end of the day, I'm not mad at Onana. Paid probably 30 mil less than him. It is what it is. I promise I will try to go live more. But thing is, obviously, starting a new job, I will probably go live more earlier now. So like the UK afternoon time, if it's in the US, a little bit earlier. So if you guys want to tune in for that, appreciate it. So yeah. Then we can play a back four full center. No, not on my watch. If the day United play a back four of only center backs, and it's not Fergie doing it because Fergie did it and he was a G, I'll stop watching this football club. That is the day this football club dies. The day we play four center backs on the pitch to start as a starting 11. That is illegal. That is illegal. Thoughts on Shea Lacey? Obviously, he's been touted as the next one up, right? We had the Garnacho, we had the Mainoo. Now he's the next one up. I don't think he'll be the next one to break through, but I've heard good things. I know CK mentioned on Saeed's stream that he's growing up a few inches, in terms of height. That's good to hear. I've heard a lot about him compared to Phil Foden. I personally don't see his long-term future as a right winger. I see his long-term future as an interior, personally, for me. Kind of similar to Ahmad. So we'll see what happens, man. I do have good hopes for him, and I hope he thrives. Carrington to the moon, baby. Carrington to the moon. Would you keep Aaron Wan-Bissaka or sell him? Adios. Thank you for your service. But yeah, we've been linked with Cardioglu. I think he's a better fullback. He can play both sides as well comfortably. He can also play like right mid. I've seen the guy's transfer market. He plays about every single position. So yeah, hold on. I'm taking my AirPods off. Good. Do you think? 1 second. Do you think Malacia mentally unwell because no way he's injured for a year and a half? It could be. I'm not one to speak on those kind of matters. If he is dealing with something, I wish him the best. I wish him health and that he gets better. And take his time, really. People deal with different stuff every single day. So whatever it takes for him to get better and get back on the football pitch. That's about it. So yeah. Do you think Ahmad will start? I'm assuming this means starts. I hope he starts. I think he should be United's first choice right winger. I think he's United's best right winger. I think I'll ultimately say he's United's best wing talent. I think he fits. I think the club realized that. I've heard they've turned out bids for him. Yeah, man. I think he's someone you build around. I think it's time, man. He did his work in the championship, and now he's at a bigger club, bro. It's the same way. I'm gonna talk about him a little later. Not United news related, but Philogene. He went from Hull City to Aston Villa. Villa activated like their buyback rights. He did his year in the championship. He's one of the best players in the championship, and now he's going to a Champions League club, and he's probably going to start for them. Musa Diaby went to Saudi. Ahmad deserves to start at United, bro. I really do. I really do. I think he deserves it. Collier thoughts. He's 20, good age to be included regularly. He looks like the next one from Carrington, right? Ten Hag is kind of he had the pick with Garnacho. Kind of like took him in the preseason. That was his boy. We saw with Mainoo automatically. We knew that was going to be Ten Hag's boy. Collier just extended the contract. 20 years old. The contract extension United. That means that United have him in their plans. I think Ten Hag probably rates him. That midfielder, that DM, Ten Hag's always kind of wanted to build the midfielders. He really wants to. I think Carrington is what he's trying to build United's midfield of. And if Collier is the one, that looks good. I think I saw him in the pictures. He looked pretty tall, so maybe physical profile, he'll match it. On the ball, I've heard he's really good. A lot of United's midfielders are typically good on the ball as of recently. So, yeah, man. Collier reminds me of Carrick. He's 70% on Michael Carrick. That is a superb player. So, yeah, man. We'll see what happens. Yeah, 6'2", bro. That's a perfect height. And they're talking to me about 5'7" Ugarte, bro. That guy is shorter than me. That's what I'm saying, bro. I don't know for these guys, man. Isn't Collier a bit too old? I mean, we're acting like 20 is 35, man. That's a good age, bro. He's done his work in the youth football. Now it's time for men's football. We'll see in the preseason. That's a chance to impress. If he impresses, maybe Ten Hag will have him on the bench for a few games. Maybe use him. We'll see, man. We'll see. I think Ineos are gonna not push Ten Hag, but they're gonna kind of like be like, yo, academy. We have a lot of players. We're not really selling them, so let's see if we can play them and see if maybe we can get value up that way. Because like Forsen left for nothing. Kombala probably will leave for nothing. So yeah. Do you think Dan Gore will get a chance? I think Dan Gore goes on loan this year, personally. I really do. I think he's a great player. But Ten Hag, we know what Ten Hag loves is physical guys. And Collier looks like he's more physically ready than Dan Gore. So, yeah. I think that's why. I think that's another thing with Mainoo. Mainoo just like, I mean, Mainoo just also very technically gifted, and he's just Timothy, but those kind of things. But we'll see, man. It's an interesting one. It's an interesting one for sure with that. But I'm interested to watch preseason. Yeah, I know what you're trying to make, like youth player. Yeah, I get it, but you never know, man. You never know. Maybe he's a little bit of a late bloomer, Collier. We'll see. But I'm interested to watch preseason, man. I want to watch a Moss. I want to watch. I don't know if Dan Gore is fully healthy. Collier, I want to watch. I want to see if Jason Fitzgerald or one of the Fletcher twins will get minutes. I want to see if Shea Lacey will get a few minutes. Ethan Wheatley, I want to see for striker. Obviously, I think he should get a loan this summer because now we have Zirkzee and Hoyland, and United even talks for a third striker, so no really need for him. So, yeah. I do not think Almas is physically ready at all. The kid looks like he's 12. I'm gonna be real. I think he needs one more year of under 21's ball. Personally, that's just me. If the coaching staff view him ready, that's fine. But I think one more year for Almas, man. Personally, that's just me though. That's just me. But it'll be interesting. I love preseason, man. I always want to see the best in Carrington, and we always have this one youth player that kind of strives. So, yeah, that Turkish left back we are linked with. We are linked to is crazy good. I haven't seen a left back. Yeah, I think he's fantastic. Cardiolo would be a fantastic signing. That's the kind of signings United need to make. It's perfect, positional, versatile. And when people talk about like summer transfer window and the needs that United need, when it comes to fullback, people have been kind of focused on like left back only or like maybe like a right back. For me, I've always wanted someone that can play both sides. Kyle Walker-Peters, who I think went to Villa or West Ham. One of those two clubs I believe he went to. Kind of guy that could play both. I think for me, that was always the best possible solution. And United look like they're going to do that maybe with Cardiolo. So, didn't they say? I don't think he's built like Shaw. He looks like a twig. I have to look at him again, maybe. I don't know. On Ugarte links, I'm okay with it. Not to hype or hate about it. I guess a lot of other choices, but maybe a lot of reason that tick the box. Why India's trying to white chin. I don't see it, man. I don't see it. I personally don't see it. I just don't think Ugarte improves this football club to a high level. For 40 mil, I think we could do better, man. I think we can do big up Zav. Yeah, first time. You've been here for a while. I'm seeing that Turkish left back play up at Cam on trip. Bro, it's crazy. Yamal, obviously Yamal's like you can bulk up quickly and stuff like that. Obviously Yamal's much taller. Don't forget, Yamal's like 6 foot. Amos is like 5'4". So that's a difference. Luke Shaw, by the way, 6'1". People think that Luke Shaw is tall. It's a tall guy, man. So that's the thing. But Amos will probably have another growth spurt, so we'll see. But that'd be interesting. And yeah, man, it's been a busy week at United. Obviously, we're on cross football as well. It's been a busy. I know a couple other clubs have been trying to get transfers. Obviously, I don't know if I talked about Archie Gray last time, but obviously Archie Gray's at Spurs now. Yeah, Luke Shaw does make him look short. I do agree with that, but he is tall, bro. There's a reason why he's always been able to play center back very comfortably. But yeah, it's been a lot of busy windows. Obviously, number 11 is probably leaving. I don't want to talk about that on my channel personally, but there's that happening. Let me go see anything else. I like Ornstein or Romanos. Everything is signing Lindstrom. Varane's going to Como. Shout out Fabregas. Amrabat might be staying. I think for me, that's probably what's it called? I'd be not the worst. I thought you was Arab. No, I mean, I have gotten Turkish before. I am Greek. Obviously, the beard kind of and a little bit of short hair probably does make me look Turkish. Even though I do technically have 10% Turkish roots in my blood. So, yeah. Do you think the lick gets done next week? I think so. Yeah. Big up David. Comar cooking. Comar cooking, man. Such Fabregas, bro. Cooking. I'm trying to see both Alcaraz and Spain win on Sunday. Viva España. 1 for 2. I do want to see Alcaraz win. It's my favorite tennis player right now. But I do want to see England win because Kobe Mainoo. If it wasn't for Kobe Mainoo, I wouldn't care. But that's the boy. I want to see Kobe Mainoo win. So we can push prop because if Kobe Mainoo wins the Euros and he's very crucial in that final, they're going to have to take me off the airwaves because I will be spreading propaganda the world has never seen before. Maybe they did an inquiry on player about the price, interest from the player, the club want to sell, maybe, or so on. Who's this about? I am not Muslim. I'm Greek Orthodox. Shout out to all my Muslims though. Safi Omar. Yamal versus Trippier. I think Luke Shaw starts personally, but we'll see. Yeah, I think Nico Williams will have a tough time against Kyle Walker. It'll be interesting. Obviously, I did kind of a Euros preview with Staffy on his channel where we did Staffy times Griggs, but with me, I'll talk about it a little bit, obviously, to kind of like take some time. I do think Spain are the better team. I do think they should be the favorites, and I do think they probably will win. But they're not unbeatable. I think this ain't Spain of 2008. This ain't the Spain of 2010. This ain't the Spain of 2012. They've shown the past 2 games that they are very beatable. Germany had them on the ropes, and Marino scored a lucky last-minute header. France could equalize that game multiple times in the 90th minute. I think their depth is very weak. So, yeah, I think if England can keep it 0-0 65 minutes, I think England will win the game, man. I think they have too many game changers that come off the bench. They have more options. I don't think Spain have that. So, yeah, but if Spain do score first, and if it is early on, I don't see England getting back into it. I really don't. So, yeah, I think England will have to be very tactically set up. They're going to have to defend for a lot of the game. They're going to have to be very efficient on the attack. But that means in midfield making the right passes, deciding when to go long and when to not. Sometimes it's not always good to just go long and hope and pray. Like sometimes you have to kind of relieve the pressure a little bit better. And that's why for me, Kobe Mainoo was in this essential start. People saying Conor Gallagher bugging out. I do think one of Judah Ford needs to get dropped. Personally, that's just me. I think on the left, you're going to need more of a direct threat. I think Carvajal will struggle more against that because I remember seeing him in UCL. Doku had him on toast. So I think if you get him, if you put like a full forward on the left, I think Carvajal I mean, Foden does move around a lot, but I just worry about that. It'll be even worse if Drew goes on the left. Carl Hall will lock him up with ease, personally. So, yeah, man. But I think Kobe Mainoo was a big part of the play. I think his battle is going to be against Fabian Ruiz, and that's the battle of the game, in my opinion. I think one of Jude or Foden are going to have to man Mark Rodri. Yeah, so we'll see what happens, right? But I do think Spain should be the favorites. My heart is telling me England. I'm not gonna lie. I like Spain. I somewhat love the football. I love this Spain. I love the Spanish team. Actually, probably I'm not gonna lie. I love this Spanish team more than the ones that dominated international football when I was growing up because it's different. This is a Spanish. It's a Spanish team with the Spanish principles, but a little bit different on the wings because that Spanish team of the old it was death by 1,000 passes, bro. They were it's like, bro, you couldn't get the ball. This one, bro, it's direct. Lamine Yamal is a superstar. Nico Williams, Fabian Ruiz, bro. It's been so fun to watch. But England, obviously, I somewhat have a soft spot for England always because Manchester United are English football club. So that and Kobe Mainoo is one of my favorite players at United, and I've been trying to prop the guy so long now. So I want to see him win. And also a couple other players, whether it be Bukayo Saka after what happened with the left back comments and what happened before the tournament started. Luke Shaw would be nice. But yeah, man, I really don't care who wins. If England win it, it's good for me in terms of that. But if Spain win, they've been the best team in the tournament, and that means they would have gone undefeated the whole tournament. That's very rare. So whoever wins, man. So yeah. Just follow you on Twitter. Appreciate it. I'm UFC Cooling. Spain wins 2-1. Rice Ruiz. Yeah, I think Declan Rice is going to struggle against like a Dani Olmo personally. I saw what Dani Olmo did to Chouameni. Even though Declan Rice is better defensively than Chouameni, but still. United will try to emulate Spain. I wish. Where England will leave that right side up top empty again. Then Carl Hall will easily in there free. Yeah. I don't know, man. It's interesting. Harry Kane hasn't bullied anyone. No. I don't think Harry Kane can bully anyone physically, personally. I think Ivan Toney or Ollie Watkins would cause more damage against Spain than Harry Kane, personally, in my opinion. I would have dropped Harry Kane, but they're not going to drop the captain. So I bet you go hope for Harry Kane to get the pen. And he could maybe play that outlet pass, but that's why Anthony Gordon might have to start. Like England have the players that can beat Spain, but I don't think Southgate will set up with those players. That will be, for me, the issue. So we'll see what happens. Oh, yes, I did speak about the Sancho. I'll sum it up again for you, brother. It's good to see that the water's under the bridge with them. They settled it. Now, if he plays for us this season, which we'll hope for him for the best and stuff like that, and that he contributes to the team. And if he does end up leaving, which the best for him in his future endeavors, whatever football club he goes to, simple as that. It's just good to get over the saga. It's been 10 months, and this should have been resolved 10 months ago. They could have done this 10 months ago, but United never handled it well, and that's the mistakes of the previous regime constantly happening. It's good to see the new regime putting a nip in the bud in it really quick. So, yeah, man. Hope Kobe can score the winning goal. Do you think he gets put? No, but if Kobe does put a man of the match performance in the final and England win, I know Lamine's going to win young player of the tournament because he's Lamine Yamal. He's the hottest generational talent on the block. But Kobe Mainoo, since he started, England have been one of the better teams in the tournament. And for me, that should mean something. So, and if it doesn't mean anything for the young player of the tournament when it comes to Euros and stuff like that, when those Golden Boy awards come out, for me, Kobe Mainoo should be top 2. I think Lamine Yamal should be the only one that finishes ahead of him. And that's because Lamine Yamal's age. But Kobe Mainoo, one more, potentially, if Lamine Yamal doesn't win anything, that would be 2 trophies for Kobe Mainoo this season. And one of them was in one of the most dysfunctional teams in Europe. Bro, one of the best debut seasons we've seen from a midfielder at a top club in a very long time. And Premier League status-wise, for me, is the best in Cesc Fabregas. And I said that on multiple channels. You guys know me. If you've seen me for months now, I said for me, Kobe Mainoo is the best center mid prospect England has seen. I'm not talking about England, the country. I'm not talking about like England as a national team. I'm talking about English football, Premier League, and all that kind of stuff since Cesc Fabregas. He's that good. He's better than Jack Wilshere was at that age. Yeah, Jack Wilshere looked good against Iniesta and that kind of stuff, but Mainoo's more complete. He is Clarence Seedorf reincarnated. He's a spectacular player, bro. Sancho showed. Yeah, that's why I think Ivan Toney for me is a more physical threat than Harry Kane. So Ivan Toney will cause Laporte problems, like that kind of stuff. I don't think Sancho shoots the prem. I agree with that. It is too fast for him. Ashford said to make up, or we're getting rid of. Honestly, probably what he did say, bro. It was a petty case, man. They should have done it better. By the way, Jalen Brunson extended. My dog. Kasper Schmeichel went to Celtic. Good for him. Cherem over there went to Lazio. Good for him. Galatasaray and the Ben Stokes is on Scott McTominay. I'm not gonna believe that until I see it. The Turkish rumors are always iffy. Mika Tate went to Monaco. Good for him. Ipswich signed Jacob Greaves. Good talent. I love what Ipswich are doing. Obviously, what's it called? They lost Villagine to Villa. So yeah, but I think when I look at like the signings that clubs are making right now across the Premier League, if United end up having a great summer, I think for me they're set up potentially. Obviously, I'll talk more about this as the season gets closer, predictions, all that kind of stuff, right? But let's focus. This lighting is terrible. There we go. But I do think United do need to have a strong window to get back into top four. But if they do have a strong window, I really like our chances. I think this squad can really surprise people. I think United are really getting underrated going into the season. I think United have the players to make top four, man. Obviously, Europa. Obviously, we can also just win Europa, which I think for me is more likely. But because who's our biggest competition in there? I only fear Bilbao really because of Spanish opposition because we always struggle against them. But I don't fear no Spurs when it comes to Europe. I don't fear Renee. Like, bro, let with us. So, yeah, fully agree with you. Fabregas, yeah, bro. They hate on me when I say Mainoo's already world class. They hate on me when I say Lamine Yamal's already world class because they want me to wait a year. They want me to wait 2 years for them to prove it back-to-back seasons, bro. When someone is that good, if you know, you know. That's my motto. If you know, you know. And I know Mainoo is world class. I know he's gonna be an all-timer. I look at Lamine Yamal, obviously barring injuries, right? If all goes well in their career, though, health-wise, they will be all-timers. Mainoo will be one of the best midfielders United's ever had in the modern day. Since Paul Scholes, I promise you, when Mainoo retires, he will be the best midfielder United have had since Paul Scholes. I promise. I know the ball's on the floor, but I promise you, he's that special. Lamine Yamal is 16, and he's the best, and he's one of the best wingers in life. He's one of the best wingers in the world. He was on the pitch with the best player, with one of the best players in the world, or the best player in the world that some people consider him, and Kylian Mbappe 3 times this season, and he was better than him every single time. And you're gonna tell me that I can't call that kid world class? Why not? When he's played better than the best player in the world 3 out of 3 times, bro. Like we're being serious here. Mainoo needs to improve his long passing range. I'm not gonna lie. I think Mainoo probably has a good long passing range. I think he's just a little bit more sometimes assertive, and he's really more about the 1-2s, that kind of stuff. I think Mainoo can pull out a long pass if he wants. I think he has the technique. So it's just about being more confident sometimes. Yeah, I agree with this, Sekere. The only thing to hold United back from making top 4 comfortably getting the right. I do think United need to get the right 16. United need to figure out who this Mainoo partner is going to be, and they need to spend big on it. If they need to spend big on it, bro, you have the potential. You have a potential generational talent on your hands, bro. Build around him. I've always said this for United. United are very lucky. United fumbled Paul Pogba. Do you know how hard it was to fumble Paul Pogba? It was basically near impossible to fumble a midfielder. We're talking about a unicorn of a talent. We're talking about a talent that's one of one. And I rate Mainoo very highly, for example, but Pogba is even more special. He's more rare. Pogba is the most rare midfield profile you'll ever see. And United fumbled that against all odds. Lightning has struck twice. Lightning does not strike twice. It is very rare. With Mainoo, do not fumble that. Please do not fumble that. Because if we fumble Kobe Mainoo, we might as well lock up shop. We might as well rebrand. We might as well move out of Manchester. We might as well go back to Newton Heath. Because what is the point? So, apparently Will Kambala will leave to Villarreal. That's a good move for him if he leaves. That's another success for Carrington. Europa Comp with new format. Need more squad depth. I agree. Qualify early so that we cannot. First of all, if we do not finish top 3 in Europa group stages, I swear to God. See, Arsenal are locked. Yeah, I agree. Movies would have been made, man. Bro, put a Casemiro Matic in there, bro. Movies would have been made, man. Movies would have been made. Mainoo or Pedri? Pedri was more complete. I'm not gonna lie. I think Pedri was more complete. Obviously, injuries now. I don't know what Pedri is. So, yeah, man. I do think I think if Pedri never got injured, I think Pedri had a higher ceiling than Mainoo, personally. I think Pedri was literally the perfect midfielder. But he was Iniesta reincarnated. It was magical. We lost Pogba and the gods gave us Kobe 3 years later. That's what I'm saying, bro. God blessed us, bro. God blessed us. I am begging you. Please do not ruin it. If we went all out and signed Neves, I don't see Neves as a single. Them two with another 6. Now we're talking. But I don't know. Mainoo or Musiala. Musiala's better right now. I'm not going to gas it. But if you tell me if we'll develop correctly and stuff like that, who has a higher ceiling, they're going to boo me. But I'm saying Kobe Mainoo. I think Musiala still has a few like quirks to his game. I think sometimes a little bit too dribble happy, stuff like that. The final, but Musiala's a special player. I think Musiala's the most entertaining player in football, and football needs players like him. And I don't like comparing him and Mainoo's because I think Musiala is obviously a little bit more forward advantageous with the being a 10. But yeah, God bless us. Yeah, honestly. Big up Griggs. Better late than ever, man. But PSR would fire. If we did one for another, PSR would fires. Yeah, I think Kobe has a higher ceiling, but we'll see what happens with Kobe. People tell me don't put that much pressure on the kid and all that kind of stuff, but pressure makes diamonds, man. I think, I think before I say all that, Zach said I heard PSG are getting. Yeah, I think John Neves doesn't end up going to PSG. By the way, with Kobe, people keep talking about this pressure. Don't put pressure on him, bro. First of all, the guy's starting for one of the biggest national teams in the world in a final. Second of all, he plays for one of the 3 biggest clubs in the world, and he's 18 and he's a starter, and people view him as that. Bro, pressure hype. When you know, and I think he knows how good he is. So he's humble. He's not cocky or anything like that, bro. He'll be fine. I just hope United don't. United won't. Ugarte loan deal, I wouldn't make it. Mainoo with more PNP and more risk taking is probably obviously. The one thing I'll say, like when I say with Mainoo and Pogba, Mainoo will never have the passing range of Pogba. Pogba's passing range is unlimited, that kind of stuff. But Mainoo's better in tight spaces. Obviously, he's much smaller, so that's what Pogba in tight spaces for his height was generational. But they're different kind of midfielders. So it's not always fair to compare them, but yeah. Agreed. I get the pressure thing, but bro, his temperament's elite. That's how I know. If I knew his like with Greenwood, even before all that stuff happened, like the temperament wasn't there the way that Kobe's temperament is. So Pogba has better ball. Yeah, I'd say that. I think Mainoo's a fantastic finisher, though. We can't afford Neves. That little broke and needs to leave my club. Yeah, so much for positivity. This is what Pogba is once in a lifetime passing. Yeah, man. What a player Paul Pogba is, man. Football misses him. France misses him for sure. We saw that France midfield without Pogba. Anyway, yeah, because of the height, all that kind of stuff. The first 2 weeks of Pogba, bro. Jared hype. Jared hype for real. But yeah, man. I think we covered all the transfers. Obviously, we'll be back Monday. First preseason game. Might talk a little about academy. Hopefully, more news comes out. Hopefully, the lift is done by Monday. That'd be nice. We'll see. I think the weekend's going to be a little bit quiet. International tournaments coming to end. And the whole talk's going to be about that. Copa America, which, by the way, for Copa America, vamos Colombia. I want to see Colombia win the tournament. That'd be fantastic for them. We've already seen Argentina win 2 tournaments in a row. We don't see them win a third, because I've already seen discussions starting about Argentina, this dynasty of Argentina versus Spain, this dynasty. And let me tell you something, Spain would wash that team 5-0. So yeah. So we'll see what happens. Monday definitely will live for sure when I can, all that kind of stuff. Probably a little bit later at night. I think I have A-listers, to be fair. We'll see. We'll figure out something. So I will try to go a lot more. Obviously, season started more now, so we're back into United mode. International mode, I was kind of just trying to focus on the vibes. It's summer. It's hot outside every single day, so trying to enjoy life as well. It's summer. Once the season starts, we'll be more locked in. Hopefully, basketball as well. Don't forget that. Knicks all for life. Jalen Brunson signing contracts and extensions to take pay cuts for the team. That's a passion we need. He won the Copa, did he? Wasn't Leach a part of the Copa team in 2021? I swear he was. But he would be a starter this time, so that's a little bit of a bonus. So the mighty Argentina win for Licha. If they don't win, we'll have Jacob blaming Licha, so he's a fraud. But yeah. Rashford Hoops, we're there, brother. Rashford Hoops. Nah, but obviously, I want to see a couple of the academy kids play on Monday. I don't even know how many likes we're at. Probably not a good ratio. It is what it is. People are either going to like it or they're not. What are you going to do? Nick, don't disrespect my basketball team, please. Please don't disrespect my hoops team. We are a special team. Thank you. Man, that's it. 51 minutes. Wrapping up. Bulls high. It's clip for you, brother. It's clip. Bulls high. It's clip. What is it even about? Yeah. Licha, yeah. So, yeah, man. Hope everyone enjoys watching Copa America and Euros final. I'll catch you guys next week. Enjoy the games. Enjoy England. Enjoy Spain. Hopefully Monday, maybe potentially we coming back with a Euro champion and a Copa America champion. Mainoo gonna pull up to Carrington with the Euros medal. It's light work. That's what I'm talking about. Mainoo already more successful for England than Steven Gerrard. That's what we're talking about. Light work. Big up Gracie Rose to 1K. I don't even know how many subscribers we're at. I have been slacking, I'm not gonna lie. So I understand a lot of people cook me for that. I am gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I deserve the criticism. So but I don't struggle enough. Sport. I am God's strongest soldier when it comes to sports, man. I am. Trust me in that. But yeah, appreciate all y'all. 68 of you that stayed tuned the whole time. Appreciate every single one of each of y'all. Y'all boys for life, sisters for life. If you're a girl or a guy, all that kind of stuff. Family. So yeah, I'll catch you guys next time and peace.